North of downtown Miami's urban core, the city of Aventura is blazing a new trail as the epicenter of health and wellness in South Florida. Today, we're discussing two new mixed-use developments that are establishing and introducing what will become known as the epicenter of the new Aventura Medical District. Joining me for the conversation today is Bernardo Rieber, CEO of Rieber Developments, an Aventura-based development firm with over 20 years of experience and a distinguished roster of commercial and mixed-use projects throughout South Florida, totaling more than $150 million. Today, Rieber's diverse project roster includes the recently unveiled 1212 Aventura, a premier mixed-use project with health, wellness, and connectivity at the cornerstone of its design. Set to be among the first of its kind in South Florida, the visionary project and its sister project, Ivory 214, will establish and introduce the new Aventura Medical District. So, Bernardo, welcome to the show.
Thank you for that amazing introduction.
Tell us a little bit about you and your career trajectory up until today, sort of what led you to development in Aventura as well.
Sure. Well, I am a civil engineer myself. I've been involved in construction since I'm 16 years old. I moved to Miami in the year 2000 and started learning the trade here. I built and remodeled residential properties, some commercial spaces as well, and was trying to understand how to, let's call it, beat the market or outperform in the developing business. And all of this experience through the years took me to go and move to commercial development in a solid area like the City of Aventura.
Let's talk a little bit about Aventura from a general perspective to give our audience of real estate professionals and consumers some context. Could you tell us what is it about Aventura that makes it unique within the Miami landscape? And really, what is it that makes it such an attractive destination to live and work?
Sure. It's a great question. We live in a city, and we're very fortunate that has a lot of attraction from clientele all over the world, especially Latin American people coming from the north. We see people emigrating, relocating to South Florida, and we also see people looking for a warmer weather, or even now the taxes is an issue in certain states. So we're extremely fortunate to be in South Florida. Now, why Aventura? Well, I shall say that in South Florida, every city, every area has its own strengths. Some are very well known for second home condos. Some are well known for industrial. Maybe even some areas are strong for certain ethnicities. Said this, Aventura has its own power, and that's why I chose that area. Well, not only I live there, which is of course extremely convenient, that helped me understand it maybe a little better than being from a different city. So I identified that Aventura needed or could become the next medical district after the one we have now, which is extremely professional and well developed here near the Jackson area. But maybe congestion, maybe the surroundings allow for a second strong medical district. So I chose Aventura because there were some vacant parcels in the northern part of Aventura next to the hospital, who was recently acquired by the largest chain of hospitals in the States, which is called HCA. And there were parcels in the vicinity. Also, if you see Aventura Mall is among the top 3 or 5 malls in the country, visited by more than 28 million people a year.
Wow.
This adds to the extremely well managed city we have. In Aventura is a pleasure to work. The authorities really are people that help developers. They want to work with you. They want to develop the city in the best manner. You see the zoning codes. They maintain them. It's a beautiful, beautiful city, very green. So those are the reasons that took me to develop in Aventura.
So tell me a little bit more about the medical district itself and sort of what defines that, and 1212 Aventura, how it fits into that sort of context.
Sure. So we identified several pieces that now we're trying to put together. Going back to location, imagine that you are coming to a new medical district and you fly through Fort Lauderdale. In only a couple of minutes, you are in Aventura. It's very convenient. You have attractions for the rest of the family, like I mentioned, the Aventura Mall, just to say one.
I heard that Turnberry, sorry to interrupt, Turnberry now has a great water park.
It's amazing. It's called Tidal Cove. It's amazing. And they expanded their hotel there. And this is like Disney now. It's amazing. It's right there across the street from the mall, which also expanded. So it's the expansion after the expansion of the last expansion of the mall. So it's
like water parks and malls. What else do you need?
Exactly. So it's a complement. So when you were mentioning the medical district, has the Aventura Hospital owned by HCA, which is actually a level 2 trauma. That's the highest certification you can have in treating emergencies. Wow. They built a helipad. So basically there are only 2 level 2 traumas in the area. So you can imagine the importance. So the HCA invested millions of dollars at building the helipad, expanding the emergency. Now they're also expanding another wing of the hospital, and they are managing it in an excellent manner. So, and these parcels that were in the area that we acquire are coming now to complement the medical district. Let's say that 1212, like you asked me, is now going to be I would say, food and entertainment epicenter of the district. In Aventura, even though it's true what you said, there is lower density than in downtown, but there is traffic.
Right.
So we are indeed helping and building new streets, and the city has also imposed the construction of a master road plan in the medical district, which will help alleviate the traffic. But still, when you work in a hospital or in a medical building in the vicinity, and you have to go out to grab a coffee, to grab a bite, or even to eat, before 1212, you had to get in your car, cross Biscayne, and go to a nearby restaurant. Now 1212 will have a marketplace in the ground floor. Remember, we have offices for sale in the top, and all the ground floor is a marketplace, very similar to all of you that have visited the Chelsea Market in New York. It's an amazing place. That's where I got inspired myself. I see a trendy, vibrant, groovy place, informal, where you can go have breakfast before you go to work, and then again work and come back noon and have several options to eat. It's not like just one restaurant. You have maybe 6-7 options that you can choose from. You also have a little bookstore, maybe a yoga place, or something to also let your mind be out of work for a few minutes, grab a bite, and come back. So that, and on top of that, we're going to add rooftops and other kind of amenities.
I saw in the render there was like a green space on the roof, right?
Yeah, it's amazing. We're going to have activities for kids also on weekends, and like a bar. So this will make the 1212 Aventura the epicenter for the medical district. And again, there are so many medical buildings around. You're going to be able to walk. And in 1212, the offices that we're selling present now differentiation from other products, and it is this lifestyle that people are demanding nowadays. Talking about rooftops, I just read an article that said that the number one fastest growing demand of people that are looking for space is having a rooftop. Interesting. Like, imagine you grab your laptop, you go upstairs, you work for an hour, you come back. So I mean, it
makes sense.
Yeah, everything's changing. So since we are starting construction now, we are trying to adapt and to capture all those new trends.
Sure.
And put them in.
Tell me a little bit about sort of who you see then taking on the space. You talked about maybe having yoga and different businesses. Like, who's the ideal sort of customer for this?
Well, yeah, this is the market. The 12th floor market is in the ground floor, but what we are really selling here are the offices that are on floors 2, 3, and 4. We envision several industries that will like to enjoy, like you will show in the renderings, this amazing work by Arquitectonica, where you have 14 feet of glass facing Biscayne Boulevard, only 20 feet away from the street.
Wow.
So it's like we call it a window to your success. It's just 14 feet of clear glass facing it's a permanent sign that you're going to have there. So we envision people from several industries. For example, companies that can support the medical district. Let's say insurance companies, medical distributors. We envision financial and brokerage also. As you know, Aventura is one of the places like downtown where there is a lot of money being borrowed. Yes, money being borrowed and land and etc. So we envision those users, and that's going to be the end user. But who we are aiming now to come and start acquiring the space for sale are people looking, and this is the key point, looking for steady income over time. What do I mean? Well, after many years trying to put the pieces together in South Florida and trying to understand really how to beat the market, how to make money in real estate, my conclusion was that having a solid tenant with a long-term lease in the commercial fashion of a triple net lease, where basically all expenses are passed through the tenant, including property taxes, maintenance, etc. People can almost guarantee themselves an income for the years to come and not worry of the turnover of tenants. Because, I mean, let's face it, when you're in a solid area near a medical district, your tenants are probably going to be people that are going to lease for 5-7 years the first time and then continue maybe 20-25 years. And that's where actually you beat the market.
Bernardo, I think the important part too is the surrounding area, right? Of the residents, let's say, and those who work in the Aventura market support, I think, a healthy occupancy and the thriving business, let's say, for your end user if you're looking to have a tenant in the space. Right?
Yes, Aventura has occupancy rate of about 97+%.
Wow.
Compared to Breakaway is about 82%.
Okay.
So basically, if you want an office in Aventura, you
get in line.
You get in line.
Or call Bernardo.
Exactly. So, it's extremely strong market. Yes, there are always other developments coming. But like you mentioned, there is the absorption. Also, the city grows, people grows. More and more headquarters are looking to relocate. We're just talking to someone looking for 20,000 square feet of space. So there is a very strong demand, solid, only looking to continue to grow. And moreover, we're not just, and that's what, as I said before, we are differentiating ourselves from everything. We're not just the typical office building where you come in with your car, you park, you go to work, you go at 12 to eat, you come back at 1, and then at 5 or 6 you go home. No, this is more like a marketplace. Like you can, again, you don't need to leave the building.
It's an experience.
It's an experience. That's what we want to deliver, an experience. We want you to be there, all day, even make plans after work with friends, and that's gonna be our strong point when we're selling.
I like it, and I think it sort of represents the essence, the sort of vibe or DNA of where Aventura is going. As it continues to sort of evolve and more vibrant and whatnot.
Yeah, I was talking to the city mayor again in Aventura. The authorities are amazing. It's a great place to work, and she was mentioning that we should wait until we see the census in 2020, the results, because the city of Aventura has become way more Latino and way younger. So that's something that
Interesting.
is gonna impress. I mean, I live there, I see it, but you want to see it in numbers when you
Right.
see it. And again, we're trying to adapt and deliver a product that pleases exactly the population.
For sure. And not to go too far off topic, but I think the quality of education in Aventura is maybe one main reason why, whether it's Latin foreign nationals moving in or even domestic buyers are sort of attracted to this area, because I hear there's another wait list on demand on the primary school, their magnet school that they have.
Yeah, that's true. And they're just building a new high school, which is attracting people. The city is very excited. It's going to be the high school located 2 blocks from 1212 Aventura.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if you're working, it's a pleasure, obviously, at a place like 1212, access to health facilities, and then in terms of quality of life for your whole family, it's all there, from education to retail shopping and whatnot.
Yes, in our website you can see also, for those who know Aventura or that will drive by now to see our project, because we have a sales center on site on the property. We are on Biscayne Boulevard and 214, but 214 doesn't exist yet. We are opening 214 Street. So when you come from it's called Waterways or 213th Street, where the Target is, you hit Biscayne. Right now you have to turn right to go to Halliday or left. But we already submitted the plans to FDOT to open the street and go through. So it's gonna be an amazing thing and ease the traffic and make the property, be located in a fantastic corner.
Sure. I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Bernardo Rieber, CEO of Rieber Developments, here on the Miami Real Estate Podcast. I'm Omar Duane, your host. We're talking about the booming, thriving, soon-to-be hot commodity Aventura Medical District. This is a very enlightening conversation. I'm excited to go further here with you, Bernardo. So you mentioned Ivory 214. I think that's the other key component in the medical district sort of puzzle. Tell us a little bit about that and sort of how that complements what's happening at 1212.
Sure. Well, again, after years of analyzing how to make real estate work better, I mean, it works in almost every area, but you always want to improve and to see advantages. I decided to move into commercial and to move into medical within commercial, and also commercial, medical in a solid city near a solid hospital. So I started evaluating. It's a niche, very niche market. I started traveling and investigating all the components that form and make sense in a medical district, and of course, a hotel was part of the complement. Because if you come with someone that wants to stay or needs to stay a couple of weeks, and you want to be there, a hotel that is a nice place to stay a couple of weeks at a good price, with rooms that maybe have a separate bedroom, etc. Makes sense. So we purchased the franchise of a Hilton hotel. It's a brand called Tapestry Collection by Hilton, and we're building up 100 rooms.
Wow.
That are going to be ready for occupancy. I mean, the hotel is going to be ready for the public in April or May of next year.
2020. Okay.
Yes, we're already at top of this month. We're top on doing the top of party.
I saw it. Congratulations.
Yes, we're very, very excited. And the same building has half of it of this Hilton hotel, and the other half are medical offices, like condominium medical offices. So, well, as you probably know, we had 40, we have sold 36, we only have 4 left.
Uh-oh.
And it makes all the sense, because you can also come see your doctor and stay in the same building, and Miami has become so big that even if you live in Kendall and your eye doctor is in Aventura, and you have surgery tomorrow, maybe you want to sleep in the hotel that night,
right?
So you can be at 6 a.m. in the surgery center. So that's part of the complement. So we have the Ivory 214 with condominium offices. We have sold to many doctors already. We have the Hilton Hotel in the other half. This is going to be connected by a bridge to the 1212 Aventura, where you will have all this ground floor, the Chelsea Market style marketplace, and the other offices in Aventura that we're going to be selling. So imagine,
it's a whole 360
exactly experience.
That's amazing. It's so funny that you say that about coming from Kendall to let's say driving to Aventura. I was thinking of my aunt, my tia Alicia, who lives in Curacao, but she has a home here in Aventura, actually. And when she comes down to visit us, my wife and I live in Brickell. She sometimes says, she's like, Omar, I refuse to get on 95 because it just stresses me out, so she wants to take Biscayne all the way down. And I think there's something about, to your point, of not having to leave for certain people, especially if they're coming from out of town, the long distance, the Miami drivers, which one of the things we're not proud of on our rankings list, right? The drivers down here. It's great that they have everything they could possibly need in one place.
Yes, exactly. We are very concerned about that. Actually, the Brightline is planning a station in the area. They haven't said exactly where yet, but we're pretty sure it's going to be in the vicinity, walking distance. I understand that now Virgin purchased Brightline, and they've been in conversations all over the place with landowners in the area, walking distance from us. Again, it's not official. Sure. I'm not aware of exact details, but it makes all the sense. I can only imagine how comfortable it will be and how much it will help traffic.
Absolutely.
It's going to be amazing.
Sir Richard Branson, if you're listening, come to Aventura. Stop in Aventura. Yeah. It'll be amazing.
You can stay in my hotel. No.
Yeah, right. Stay at the
one night free we give you.
We got you covered. But yeah, and by the way, that Miami Central too is just beautiful. The train station and everything they have there. I think just so many exciting things.
Their business model, I understand, is more related to the real estate that they develop near the station than actually what they get from the tickets.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So Bernardo, as we're wrapping it up here, final thoughts. You talked about the possibility of Brightline. Tell me more about what you see as the vision, the future of Aventura 1, 5, 10 years from now. So what does it look like?
Well, as I mentioned, there are many groups coming to Aventura for several reasons. It's a beautiful city, very green, very clean, and extremely safe. Actually, the police department is amazing. The Jewish community is strong, and many people are moving from New Jersey and New York, which includes this community, to Aventura. So I see growing with people that are very family oriented and yeah, probably high net worth. I see many young, and this goes with the census that we discussed before. I see many young people from South America moving into Aventura, and because, like you said, the schools are good, and they're building now this amazing high school, so they're also bringing their parents. So I see, and last, in general, the people, we are all living much longer than before. So I see a very strong community or population of people over 70 years old demanding office space and medical space. So if you don't need to drive anymore down to where the good practices are now, like Core Gables or Mount Sinai or the Jackson, but you can have it right there. Uh, it's a plus. So the public, the population is there, like for the reasons I just explained. Now the infrastructure is there because we're building it. We have several doctors, and this is an opportunity for the office that we're now selling in 1212. Many doctors have a strong practice in Core Gables, but they do want to have 2 or 3 weeks or 3 afternoons in a week in Aventura. So they go ahead and lease a space from the buyer of the office and share it with somebody else. So they do consultation. So we have some spaces that start at 500 or 600 square feet where you can actually see your patients before any surgery and after. So where do I see it? Well, I am invested in the city. I live there, so I love the city. I'm a strong believer, but from a developer perspective, is that I'm talking now. I see very strong for the growth of the medical district. The population is there, infrastructure is there, and the dynamics of the city, where again you don't want to drive. This person that moved from New York now, that is 75 years old, and regularly has to go to the ophthalmologist, or they don't want to drive. They will go to the. This will have an impact of this era growing, and now also to give a last statement, because I understand your audience. Your audience is mostly people that want to do business around this opportunity, want to learn more, want to see what's happening. Well, I want to reiterate what I said before. We try to convey a vehicle that will allow your clients steady income over the years. If you can secure a good tenant, that's the trick. You can actually write a lease, a triple net lease, for long term, and instead of buying and selling, or having the headache of the air condition doesn't work or things like that, you're going to have a lease for 5, 10, 20 years where basically the tenant is in charge of absolutely everything. It's a great peace of mind for the clients, for the buyers. I think it's a great new product for brokers to offer, and to kind of balance the portfolio of the investors. Typically, you guys work with extremely smart and high net worth investors from all over the world that want to hear what you have to say. When I say you, I mean Cervera. And we want to present you this opportunity where, again, these investors or buyers can have a new product to think about.
Very well said, Bernardo. Thank you for those insights. Clearly, Aventura is trending. The future is bright for them thanks to this booming medical district. Ladies and gentlemen, this was Bernardo Rieber, developer of 1212 Aventura and visionary pioneer of the Aventura Medical District. We love visionaries here at Cervera. If you're interested in learning more about 1212 Aventura or Ivory 214, you can find the information in the show notes. Give them a call, get in touch with the in-house sales team, which happens to be Cervera Real Estate. Thank you for having us aboard. Our exclusive sales and marketing firm for both projects, and the team would love to assist you or your customers, like Bernardo said, help you get better acquainted with either of these projects and, generally speaking, what's happening in this exciting Aventura submarket. So, as always, feel free to send us your comments, suggestions, feedback. We'd love to hear from you. Subscribe to Miami Real Estate Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Ask Alexa about us. That's very exciting. Or visit miamirealestatepodcast.com. If you're listening on Apple iTunes, go ahead and give us a review. And 5 stars would be great if you like what you're hearing. All right, people, that's it for today. Bernardo, thank you again.
Thank you.
Amazing. From Miami, where the future's always bright. We'll see you next time.